Hey faves, y'all won't believe I only used 3 packs of hair on my client today. 3 packs of human hair from QVR, the bulk hair. We're going to be doing some mini twists. Now, let's talk about what we'll need. We need some mousse so we can twist, and we need some braiding gel so we can use on the roots. This is the bulk hair, super soft and lightweight. I have used QVR's bulk human hair like maybe 2 to 3 times already, and I do feel like it's worth the money. A lot of people like go ahead and debate and feel like you can use synthetic hair. You can definitely use synthetic hair, but the QVR hair does allow you to get that curly human hair like look at the ends when you leave out the twist. Like you don't twist it all the way down, you just leave hair out. And I really love that look because it really just gives it like mini twists but with curls at the bottom. Let's get into the tutorial because I know you guys are trying to figure out how am I going to install this. So I always do a rough draft on my client. I didn't end up using any gel on her parts, only use gel on the braids. So as you can see, I've already started off 3 different braids, but I'm going to show you a few different methods in this video. Going to separate the hair, you just want to make sure that you are pulling it from the side. Like the hair is obviously you want to make sure the strands are going up and down, and you want to pull from the side of it. If you pull from on top of it, it'll just be like a bunch of hair just being pulled from just a random place. You want to make sure that you are pulling from the correct side of the hair so that it's not all just like matted. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the first method, which is basically braiding the client's hair down, then adding the human hair to their hair, twisting on both sides to insert that hair, and then twisting both sides together. That is the first method that you can do when you're doing mini twist. That's not the method I use for her whole head, but I will show you guys what I did do. Like I said, we are leaving those ends out so we can get that cute little curl at the end of it. I'm just going to go ahead and do the same method on this one, and then the one on the left we're gonna do a different method, and then I'm gonna do a side by side, and you guys are gonna tell me if you can really see the difference, or also leave a comment down below of which one you think is better. The second method you can do for mini twists is going to be basically braiding your client's hair, like creating a plait. And you're going to create a plait, but you're going to kind of insert the human hair bulk as if you were doing regular braiding hair. So I go ahead and do like one stroke on the hair and then start adding immediately. So this I feel like will just give you more security when you add it this way. This way to me is also a little bit tedious just because you do have to start from the root and make sure that you have a really good grip on this. The first way you don't really have to grip so hard, but this way I feel like you have to grip a little bit harder, and it it also does leave, I think, a little bit more security. I feel like this one is probably more secure than the other one, but of course these both are not going to move out of place. Let's look at the side by side and see what we got. The one on the left is the one where we added right away, and the one on the right is the one where we added once we started twisting. You guys tell me which one you like better. So for me, for the rest of her hair, I ended up using the method that I did on the left side, if you already guessed it. This is a client, so I have to make sure her hair is secure. She's going to be going to the gym. She also will be traveling, so I want to make sure that she has security in her twist. So below her ears, she has 3 rows of twists, and above her ears, she's going to have 6 rows on each side of her middle part. Parting, I know it's really hard to explain, but I really just create a rough draft when I part. I just get like a whole row going, and then I put all the hair up and then just look at the hair to see if the row that I just parted as my rough draft is the same width as the row below it. I want to make sure that all the rows are the same width. So that's what I'm gonna do. Put all her hair up. See, as I'm lifting her hair up and down, I'm making sure that the row looks exactly the same. That is usually how I know if I need to add a little bit more hair or take some hair away. I pull it and then I lift it up and down just to see, is this the same? And I look at it at all angles, in the front, on the side, in the back, and I just create that straight line all the way around her head to make sure that the row is the same width as the row below it. Now we're doing this again, you guys. So as you can see, this hair in my hand, I put it sideways so that I'm able to pull it. You want to pull it from the hair that is like on its side so that you're not pulling from just the top. Because if you pull from the top, you're not really going to be pulling strands that are created horizontally. You want to make sure that you are pulling it correctly. So here's just another angle of me doing her hair. Also for the perimeter, you know how sometimes people have like, vellus or light or thin hair up at the front. I sometimes do create a small box braid when I'm doing twist if I feel like the client hair is not thick enough to support this method that I'm doing now. I'll usually just create a box braid, but all the rest of the braids like behind it is just regular method that I'm doing. So I'm just adding it in as I would a regular knotless braid and making sure I keep that grip on my hand so that if I were to loosen up my grip on this, it's going to loosen up the whole braid and just be all out of whack. So you want to make sure you have the correct grip on this and you don't lose your grip once you get started. As I'm twisting down, I'm just adding that mousse just to create some type of moisture as I twist all the way down. And the mousse also helps with creating a more of a fluffy and moisturized look. When I'm parting her hair, I'm making sure that each braid, like the row above, there's going to be a braid in between that line that is below it. So you see how that braid is in between those and that braid is in between those? We're going to create another braid and put it in between the two braids that are below it. You want to make sure that it's kind of like stacked. You don't want to put it on top of each other, but kind of like stacked, or like stairs almost. Now for each twist, I basically used about 2 pieces of human hair. This is how I add the human hair in, just like I did the top. I just push it in with my pointer finger. I start twisting on the right side, then I start twisting on the left side, and then I just start twisting it together to create more of an extended look or to create more of a fuller look with the twist. That is how I usually add my human hair extension in between the twists. could say this is like a third method. I'm kind of adding the human hair once I already started braiding her hair. I braid a few times and then I keep braiding with adding human hair in, and then just separate those three pieces into two and then just start twisting. So you could consider this like a third method, but this is a method I would only suggest if the hair is nice and thick. You want to start to add hair right away if you feel like the hair is finer or thinner or needs more fullness. This method right here that I'm doing, where you braid a few times and then add human hair, braid it, and then turn it into a twist, you can do that when the hair is more thick. I didn't film the top of her head just because of different reasons, but I went ahead, I was on my last two rows of going around, and I'm basically going to create a middle part in between her head. Once I could, now I'm at creating the middle part. I know people create the middle part like way before this, but once I get to them last two rows, I'm creating a middle part. And I've done her hair so many times, like I just feel like I just know her head. So created a middle part, and then from the middle part we're going to create two rows that are going to connect. Even though we created that middle part, y'all, stay with me. We are going to create two rows that are connect. I'm going to put a picture example so that you guys know exactly what I'm saying. So right here I'm parting it all the way down the middle, all the way down to the back of it. Make sure you get in front of your client's head to make a middle part straight. Anyway, so this is how the top of the head is going to look. She's going to have two rows. You see how the orange line is making one row and then the yellow line is making another row, but the middle part goes all the way down both the yellow and the orange line. That is basically how I did the top of her head. Anyway, so the ends are just sprayed with water, and I ended it off with putting some mousse and some gel, but I definitely recommend using setting mousse. Don't use like a moisturizing mousse if you want the curls to be like set and have some type of hold. I would suggest a mousse that is like a setting mousse, because there's different types of mousses. This one is just for moisture, but if you want mousse that will really set it into place, I definitely recommend something like MOUSSE, which will set it into place, or Tresemme or something like that, that has some type of, as long as the mousse says hold, that is like setting the curls into place. But of course, since this is a moisturizing mousse, it's not really setting the curls. Now, she is a taller client, and I do wish I would have done her hair a little bit longer, just for my liking. She still liked it, but I just definitely feel like I should have just done her hair a little bit longer. Sometimes I forget clients in my chair are like taller than they are. I just feel like it looks long from the back, but then looking at her and her body type, I feel like I should have made this longer. But when she comes back, I'm going to be doing another video. She wants to do color next time, and I want to make sure that I do it longer. But this is it, half up, half down. This is how it came out, super lightweight. This was my favorite style on her. A ponytail with just a little bang on the side and just some pieces just down. She also didn't want any edge control on her edges, so I just used a little bit of mousse just to put her edges in place, but not really give it any type of hold. We want to use as less product as possible because this is a protective style she'll be using in the gym. We don't want to gunk it up with a whole bunch of products and edge control. So I feel like this came out absolutely gorgeous. I'm so glad she liked it. This was so pretty. And of course, these are not mini twists, but these are like small parts. I would consider these small parts. Hey y'all, if you made it this far in the video, welcome, because you now have to subscribe. You've made it this far, so you have to subscribe so you can see all the rest of my other videos that I have that are gonna drop some gems, reviews, give you the tea on hair. So make sure that you are subscribed, and welcome to the family. I'm almost at 100K. I can't wait to have 100K of y'all. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.